Gentlemen, thank you and welcome to Baton Rouge, where despite rolling up nearly 500 yards of total offense, LSU is a loser today against Georgia. And, Greg, you don't have to look very far down the statistical sheet to find out the reason why. Those turnovers just jump up and were critical.
Well, LSU, the game got started on a turnover with LSU throwing an interception that was returned for a touchdown, but they just couldn't get over the hump offensively. When they got to moving the football, they'd turn it over, or they'd create a costly penalty, and I think that hurt them down the stretch, and Georgia took advantage of every opportunity LSU gave them, and that's why I think they came out with this big win today.
Well, we had two marquee running backs going at each other today, Scott for LSU and, of course, Marino for Georgia, and both of them were as good as advertised.
Well, Charles Scott, look at the numbers. His fifth 100-yard rushing game, and he came out, he played well. He did everything he could to get his team into the end zone every time he touched the football. On the other side, he had another outstanding running back in Noshawn Marino, who, again, you knew coming into the football game he could run the football. He also rushed for his fifth 100-yard rushing game. And, he broke off some big runs, and I think this one was the biggest. 60-yard rush for a touchdown when you thought LSU had him on a second down and 10. No way. He scores, and that's what Georgia does.
This was the most points between these teams in the history of Georgia-LSU football. 90 points today.
Well, 90 points. You score 38 points at home, you think you're going to win. The only way you lose is if you turn the ball over and results in 17 points for them and they score a total of 52 for the ball game. You're going to lose.
Now, the fact of the matter is LSU is going to need some help if it wants to repeat as Western Division champion. Meanwhile, Georgia and Florida will play for what probably will be the Eastern Division title next week. But, Greg, certainly LSU needs to get an Alabama loss so it can try to take care of business.
Well, LSU has to hope that somebody beats Alabama. Of course, Alabama plays Tennessee later today. You hope that happens. If that doesn't happen, LSU has to win the rest of their games and just do what you can do. Control what you can control, and that's just winning the games down the stretch and see what happens later on in the season.
Next week, of course, LSU will step out of Southeastern Conference play and go against the Green Wave, which lost to Rice today.
Well, Tulane's going to come in, and if you're Tulane, it's a chance to make a statement. If you're LSU, it's a chance to show that you belong and you take care of the ones you're supposed to. Get it out of the way. Don't look past Tulane to that next game, which will be Alabama. Focus on Tulane because this LSU team, they've got a lot of things to work on.
38 was not enough today for the LSU Tigers as Georgia comes in here and gets the victory. Gentlemen, let's go back to you in New Orleans.